We very much appreciate when people propose their property for a wind harvester project. The first question we have is, what's your address and what's your lat and long for the site? You send that to us, and we use our subscription to UL Solutions Wind Navigator to evaluate the near ground wind speeds that are there and the wind shear and the wind directions. UL's Wind Navigator is considered the most sophisticated and best tool in the world for evaluating wind resources on properties around the world. If your property has pretty good wind speeds, then we say, okay, great. What is the power purchase agreement? How much could a project on your property sell the power for? So that usually involves a local utility, though if it's going to be used like on a brewery or a large manufacturing or a distribution center, it's really what the retail price of the energy is costing that facility. Then based on the wind speed, and the energy in the wind is the cube of the wind speed. So, the difference between 14-mile-an-hour winds and 18-mile-an-hour wind speeds doubles the energy output. So every bit of higher wind speeds allows for a lower cost power purchase agreement to be profitable. Then we look at those two main factors and the size of the project. The larger the project, the lower the cost per kilowatt or per turbine in a project. Then with that as the other factor, we look at, well, how much tax credits and tax subsidies are available. Well, in the United States, those are fairly significant benefits to the project. In places like Barbados or foreign countries, those tax subsidies are not available, but they often have much higher priced energy power purchase agreements available. So we take all those factors together, and if it looks like, yeah, this property could do really well with our turbines, then we work with the property owner to sign a site control agreement, which would allow us to develop a project on that property if we can get the permits and the power purchase agreement and the other financial and other things ready for making a project like that successful. And then we put an anemometer mast on, and we collect the wind speeds at 10 and 15 meters above the ground, and we validate that wind information against ULs. And if it's reasonably accurate and it still holds that the property's got a good enough wind speed and a power purchase agreement, then we sign a lease agreement and we start advancing a project, investing in the land use permit and investing in the power purchase agreement and the legal documents, and move a project forward on that property. So we'd love to hear from anybody who thinks they've got a windy project, because there's lots of places around the world that the tall turbines cannot go that are sufficiently windy for our shorter turbines to do very well for everybody involved.